This plain looking nightstand had a yellow finish before I sanded it down to bare wood. Then the wood underneath was too red for me, so I tried to use some green dye to correct the redness, and this happened. Today I'm gonna be sharing how I fixed it, I gave it a makeover, and also introduce you to our newest family member, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Walesa. Welcome to A Light Refurbish, where you are reminded through furniture finishing that there's hope no matter how tough things get. So how did we get to the Grinch green? I misread the green dye instructions, and by mistake, I mixed 1-to-1 ratio of the green dye with water. If you're anything like me after seeing your nightstand turn green, naturally you're gonna go to the internet and search all the ways how you can remove the green dye off. And this is what I found. I tried it all. Bleaching the wood, mixing hydrogen peroxide with water, vinegar and baking soda, scrubbing it again and again and again, and this is as good as it got. So I decided that I had enough, took a break, walked away, and it's been sitting in the garage since, which has been a few months. Today I'm gonna be painting it. Before I'm gonna be touching up some areas where the veneer was missing with Bando. As you know, Bando is a 2-part wood filler that as soon as you mix it, it hardens within seconds. It can be sanded after 30 minutes, but I'm planning on adding legs to this. Before I can attach some new legs, I need to make sure that the bottom of my nightstand is completely flush and even, and that's why you see me gluing and nailing a couple of pieces of wood to the back. But wait a second, was that a puppy? Yes, it was. This week was a big one for our family. I have 2 boys and they have been asking for a puppy for years. My husband and I finally decided that it was time to cave in. So everyone, this is Luna, and she's been meeting new neighbor friends and adjusting to our family just fine, biting on blankets, pillows, and even the corner of my coffee table that needs to be fixed. You're gonna be seeing her here and there in the videos from now on, I'm sure. In fact, she makes an unsolicited appearance at the end of today's video. But for right now, let's get back to the nightstand. To make sure that the bottom of the nightstand was completely level, I had to add, as you can see, 2 different pieces of wood here. They were glued with some Tide-Bond, and we're gonna be screwing that piece. And that's how I'm mounting my legs. The paint I'm going to be using today is beginners friendly. It's called 1 Hour Miracle Paint from Amy Howard, and I'm using the Amy Howard's cleaner here called Clean Slate. Giving my nightstand a quick wipe down. To create some interest in this piece, I'm gonna be cutting pole wrap into small pieces to make a frame on the front drawers and also attaching some fabric to them. Keep in mind that I had already measured the front of my drawers, and now I'm just cutting my 45-degree angles accordingly. After making all the cuts, I just had to double check and make sure that each frame still fit to each drawer. Once I made sure everything looked okay there, I went ahead and started cutting my raffia cloth to size as well. And just to make sure it fit all okay, I had to measure the fabric and the frame all together. I see people do this next step a little differently. I like to paint the frame before I attach it to the piece. I don't do this often at all, but remember, this is an all-in-one paint, which means that I don't need to prime or top coat after I'm done painting. They are not sponsoring this video, but I just want to share with my viewers things that I'm impressed by things that blow me away about this paint is both the coverage and the adhesion properties. So if you have a small project at home that want to tackle and want to keep it simple, this is a great paint for you. I'm also going to tell you when not to use this paint. If you have a flaky finish on your piece, you still want to sand before you apply any sort of paint, even a one-step paint. Also, if you like a matte finish, this is not the paint for you either, since it has a satin finish, so it has a little bit of a sheen. But if priming and sanding make you feel more safe about the results that you'll get in your project, by any means, go ahead and do that before applying this paint. Being that I was applying a light color paint over a dark wood, I thought that I was gonna need one too many coats of paint. But once again, to my surprise, the paint really came through that coverage. Like I said, it blows my mind, you guys. And even though the name of this paint is a 1 hour miracle paint, I wanted to play it safe. So I waited 2 hours before applying some Mud Patch to glue the fabric. To make the frames look a little bit cleaner, I added some plastic wood to fill in all the nail holes. Once it dried, I gave it a light scalp sand, wiped some of the sanding dust off, and touched up the frames with a little bit more paint. For a final touch, I wanted to add hardware that matched the legs. This meant that I needed to drill some new holes for the hardware. And that is it. Let's take a quick look at how this little nightstand used to look and how it looks now. I would love to hear in the comments what you think of today's transformation, and I will see you guys next week.